situations are ice. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you. Let's build. When the Black Lives Matter movement, aka the Black Lesbians Matter movement, was in full effect and in full swing, you know, I had some questions and some reservations. And I could kind of understand why people were raw with me behind that. You know what I'm saying? It was finally a movement where black people were unapologetically saying, you know what, we're not going to tolerate this. We're not going to, you know, and for so long, disenfranchised and black people, brown people that were victims of the system in so many different ways, man, from being thrown in prisons to not being able to be on an equal playing field. I understand. There was finally a time where it was like, you know, it's not about it wasn't just about the people fighting back. It was about them fighting back and the people that were oppressing them actually listening. See, that was the illusion. That was the illusion. This is why you've seen these movements, these BLM riot movements occurring in so many liberal cities. I mean, don't get it twisted. They were happening in other cities too, but the majority of them were happening in liberal cities. Because the Trump administration had already been demonized by the mainstream media matrix. You know? So, the Democratic power structure in the wilderness of North America said the role that we need to play now is we're going to pretend to be understanding. See, this has always been my problem with the Democratic Party. See, they always try to tap into the consciousness of the so-called black people and pretend that they're with us, that they are us, that they understand. You know what I'm saying? They only do that every 4 years. But let me get back to what I was saying. So what we were actually seeing in these cities, when we were seeing these cops stand down, right? And we were seeing these police stations burned up. Y'all didn't think that was just a little funny? Police stations getting burned up and all of this crazy shit. People taking over sections of town. Why? Because a certain political group wanted to give the people the illusion that their fight back mattered and that their fight was going to change something. But they only wanted them to feel empowered to fight and to change in that administration. See? Pay attention. Just pay attention. Right? So, black people, so-called black people, brown people, even certain white people, they were tricked into believing that this was a movement that was actually gaining power politically. So if you're a black person and you've been tired of politics for the last who knows how long, years, and you see a movement like this, you're going to think, man, listen, they might be able to change something. But this is where I'm going with this video. A lot of y'all subscribe to the BLM narrative without reading the fine print. And I actually fell out with a couple of my friends behind this. And it wasn't because of their political views or their support for BLM. My argument with them came in the form of them supporting a movement that they had did no research on whatsoever. They did not understand what that movement's goals were, what their beliefs were, what their end game was, and where so-called black men in America, especially the heterosexual ones, so-called black men in America, where did they fit in that? You know, I seen people with the BLM hats, the BLM shirts. And for the people, man, that wanted to genuinely support that with good intentions, man, yo, I hope you get a blessing for that. I hope you get a blessing for seeing other people's struggles and then making you want to get involved and lend your support. As long as your intentions were in the right place. I hope you get a blessing for that. However, now that I'm starting to see the BLM story unravel a little bit, I'm seeing those same black people left without anything to have faith in. And I think that's a very, very big problem for us because, see, if something like that can be built up that quick and be our source of power, it can be taken away that fast too. I was upset with my friends because we have children. If we want to be fucking knuckleheads, if we want to act like losers, if we want to be blind, deaf, and dumb, that's okay. But we have a duty to the people that we help the Most High bring here, that are of our same bloodline, to prepare them for the real world. Not the one that we want to create in our mind. I felt like BLM was designed to bring that hate back between white and black people. Think about that. Imagine being a white American, right? We just got done voting Barack Obama in the office for 2 terms. You know? He did a lot of sketchy shit. He did a lot of shit we didn't agree with, but you know what? We're all for the forward progression of the country. And then a political movement come out that says Black Lives Matter, and they want you to get behind it. You can't say all lives matter. You can't say every life matters. Why? You can't even specify which black lives are the ones that matter, because babies are being aborted all the time. Black lives, black souls. You know what I'm saying? The powers in this universe know things I don't. I believe I was given questions and answers, but I'm not going to get into all of that right now. I'm just saying that. How can we convince another group of people that only Black Lives Matter when they look at us and they look at our culture and they see that our lives don't even matter to each other. You see what I'm saying? So it was an illusion to create anger. Because any white person that said, you know what, man? I'm not for racism, but I don't like the way these people are going about it. They were called racist, and probably a lot of names worse than that. It was done to anger people, yo. Yes, I knew black people were going to get passionate, be passionate, and certain people were going to be angry. But every time I seen a news clip, I seen some young black girl with a bullhorn screaming at the top of her lungs that does not know what racism even looks like. Because some white boys didn't want to talk to you? Huh? Because you couldn't get on a cheerleader squad? Because you couldn't do everything that you seen a white person do? So you upset. I mean, I felt like BLM, man, I was ashamed. Because it's not only the way that they were treating that they were treating and trying to marginalize white people that disagreed with them. It wasn't even necessarily white people that didn't like them. You know what I'm saying? But the so-called black man in the wilderness of North America, he was not in none of their plans. What is the so-called black man's duty, even in the state that he's in right now, without knowing who he is? It's to be a protector and a provider for his family. And they don't even want the nuclear family to exist. So when I see my boy rocking this hat, you know what I'm saying, a good friend of mine for a long time, you know, we got into a pretty heated argument because, you know, he thought it was okay to say, you know, nah, they ain't gonna do no research on BLM. You know what I'm saying? It's not about them. It's about what it means to me. And I wish I would have been wise enough at that moment to be more understanding of my friend. Because, you know, he's not a dumb person. And he's not a malicious person. You know? I wish I could have had the wisdom then that I had now, and I could have understood, you know, that his intentions were in the right place. But I was angered. I was angered because I was watching this political movement create division in the country and make black people look violent and angry. You see what I'm saying? I remember seeing the movie Roots, right, when they allegedly heard about Nat Turner and the slave revolt. You know how they play these mind games to try to put people back in order, you know what I'm saying? They hear about a little plot, and then they say a big plot happened to scare everybody and to lock everybody down. You know how this shit go, man. You know, I remember watching Roots and seeing that. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm looking at BLM and I'm thinking like, yo, if America is about diversity and inclusion and equality, why are a certain group of people being treated like this? We already know the answer to that, right? Right? It's not because they wanted a white president. It's because they elected a white male president. You know what I'm saying? Remember BLM, the Black Lesbians movement. Remember what power structure they're connected to. You understand? They're with the triumvirate of the Build Back Better class, which is the Green New Deal people, socialists, the hardcore feminazis, and, you know what I'm saying, the LGBT movement that thinks it represents gay people in America, which it does not. It's trying to be the face, but it is not. I was angry, man. I was angry because, you know, when you try to force an idea on people, it's almost a guarantee that they're never going to want to hear you out or listen to anything you have to say. So when I seen what was going on, and then I went on the website and I started reading a little bit and I started seeing where this was going, and I'm saying, wow. You know what I'm saying? See, the feminist shadow government, they know that they have to use us in order to achieve their gains. You feel me? They have to. Feel me? So it's just it's really crazy to see how easy they got so-called black people in America to mobilize for these fake causes that they were creating. Do I think what happened to George Floyd was horrible? Absolutely. I would be upset if I seen any cop leaning on a civilian's neck. Man, woman, child, black, white, Korean, European, Asian. It don't matter, yo. They don't have the right and the authority to do that. The fact that a bunch of people stood around and watched this fucking cop do that was crazy to me. You know? R.I.P. to George Floyd, man. R.I.P. to that man. I'm sorry that he had to spend his last moments of life surrounded by cowards that were too afraid to stand up to the police at that moment to save his life. But then once his life was snuffed out and he's out of here, now everybody want to attack the police and burn down police stations. Give me a break. Do not fall for these traps and these hashtag movements that need your black bodies, your black voices, but don't want your minds. Beware. Be careful. Y'all stay tuned, man. A lot of things are developing with BLM. I'm interested to see how many of these people from Hollywood come out to support and back up BLM when the mainstream media news matrix starts to come after them. See what I'm saying? Because a lot of funds was mishandled and funneled through different organizations. And we're going to see more of this in the future. Trust me, it's going to get deep, yo. You know, you don't know where you live at. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know the drill, man. If you disagree with what I'm saying, man, let me know, man. If you rocking with my video, hit the like button. No, if you rocking with my video, hit the like button. If you rocking with my channel, hit the subscribe. And if you want to stay up to date on all my videos, make sure you hit that notification button. Feel me? We just started heating up over here. Stay tuned. Till the next time. Welcome to the Android Solution. Peace.